I'm Siddharth Talia. We continue our coverage of the aftermath of the flash floods and the tragedy that unfolded yesterday near the Amarnath cave, in which now 15 people have been reported dead. We're getting visuals from the Baltal base camp where you can see members of the armed forces, in fact, bringing back some body bags. That's a really harrowing sight. Let me go across to Ishan Wani for more, who's reporting from the Baltal base camp. Ishan, an extremely unfortunate series of visuals that we're now witnessing on the screen, which is of people who presumably died after the tragedy being brought back to the base camp right now.
Well, yes, these are body bags in which, some of them were brought here, and now they are inside this ambulance, and they'll be taken to the hospital, from where later on the formalities will be done and the families will be informed. This has just happened now that they have been brought here, and through multiple sorties of the aircrafts are taking place so that this operation can go smooth. Because we've seen that at least 15 people have died now. There are 15 fatalities, and injured has shifted to more than 60. And this essentially means that death toll will go up, and इसका मतलब ये भी है कि लगातार जो ऑपरेशन चल रहा है उससे कहीं ना कहीं जल्दी करने की कोशिश करेंगे. अभी जो है समय बहुत क्रूशल है. आप देख सकते हैं कि एनडीआरएफ की जो टीमें हैं वो यहाँ पे डिप्लॉयड हैं, वो भी कोऑर्डिनेट कर रही हैं इस ऑपरेशन में, और लगातार ऊपर संपर्क बनाए हुए हैं ताकि ऊपर बात हो सके कि किन चीज़ों की आवश्यकता है और किन चीज़ों की ज़रूरत है, ताकि जल्दी से जल्दी इस ऑपरेशन को जो है कंक्लूड किया जाए. As I was saying earlier, pointing out earlier that it's a very essential that all these people who are stranded, stuck, and who may be still waiting for the rescue operation to take place, that these sorties are needed urgently, and the equipment and men are needed there. We've just seen that people are being used to dig all the sand and all the mud which has come down and has settled on several tents, and that is being removed, and multiple devices like the scanners are being used. Sniffer dogs have been brought, and also जो इस बार टैग्स का इस्तेमाल किया गया था RFIDs का, ताकि कहीं से भी लोकेट किया जाए. बिकॉज इस बार न केवल चिंता ये थी कि अमरनाथ यात्रा की सिक्योरिटी को लेकर, पर इस बार चिंता ये भी थी कि कहीं ना कहीं जो क्लाउड बर्स्ट करगिल उसके पास ही वाले इलाके में हो रहे हैं, उसकी वजह से कहीं ना कहीं यहाँ पे भी खासा असर पड़ सकता है. इसीलिए काफ़ी NDRF और SDRF की मीटिंग्स हुई. डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट की हमने काफ़ी सारी कोऑर्डिनेशन वाली मीटिंग्स देखी श्रीनगर में, और लगातार इसी बात को देखा जा रहा था कि कैसे अगर ऐसे हालात पैदा होते हैं कैसे उनसे निपटा जाए और कैसे उनके साथ डील किया जाए. और कल शाम को जब ये क्लाउड बर्स्ट हुआ, ये गुफा के बिल्कुल पीछे वाला इलाका है जहां से पानी लगातार आता गया, और हमने कुछ लोगों से बात की जिन्होंने कहा कि जब ये पानी गिरा तब पुलिस CRPF की तरफ से सिग्नल दी गई, और जो लोग वहां से निकलने में कामयाब हुए वो अपनी जान बचा पाए, लेकिन जिन लोग तक ये खबर नहीं पहुंची वो टेंट में थे और जिनके ऊपर ये पानी लगातार गिरता रहा. इट्स अ वेरी डिफिकल्ट सिचुएशन and a difficult task to actually escape from nature's fury, and it has come at a time when already we are seeing that there's a talk about global rise in temperature. We'd already seen that there was a worry about the rise in temperature in Jammu and Kashmir, and that is why there were certain cloud bursts taking place towards the Kargil, where in several areas we're witnessing an unprecedented heat wave, and there was an apprehension. But today it has come at a time when also the administration was gearing up to make sure that the yatra is run smooth because of the security situation. But who would have thought that natural calamity like this would hit and then would kill so many people. But one has to now see that for how long will this operation continue.
Right.
But we believe it will take some time for these forces to carry out this operation and take out all those injured and dead.
And Ishan, what's also worrying is the nature of the injuries that many of the people who were at the receiving end of these flash floods have sustained. Many of them have suffered multiple fractures. That is what one of the rescue officials, in fact, had said earlier. And many have also suffered from hypothermia as a consequence of having been stranded for long periods of time near the flood-affected area. So the temperatures up there must be really cold, making it that much more difficult for those who are stranded there.
Well, absolutely right. I'm wearing a jacket right here, and up there are a huge chunk of ice, there are glaciers, and then it's a valley surrounded by mountains from all sides. When there is no sun, it's always chilly breeze, and also gets difficult for people to breathe because it's at an altitude, and government already issues advisories asking people to do breathing exercise, go for morning walks, because it's not an easy task. It's a daunting task to go there, reach there and walk for several kilometers, and also carry out this particular holy pilgrimage. Now one has to see that people, because of the cold, have died.
Let me just interrupt you there, Ishan. We have